Hello guys, welcome to this new video. This video is going to be about the installation of Kali Linux using Oracle's VirtualBox. So, if you already know how to install this, or you want to skip some parts of the video, you want just to get straight to the point without hearing me yapping about Kali Linux or the installation, I'm going to put some timestamps on this video so you just can go straight forward to the point in the video you're going to need. So first of all, here we have Kali Linux official website. You can just search Kali Linux online and you're going to get this website, and here you have many options to choose from. I'm going to explain very briefly what those are. You're not going to need this, neither this, neither this, neither this. This one is basically the ISO file itself. I'm really going to use this. It's going to be the easier one and the easiest to install. Then we have the virtual machines. This one, it's basically pre-built images of Kali Linux for VMware or VirtualBox. You can use this, but it's going to be out of the scope for this video. Now with the mobile version, you're going to install Kali Net Hunter. It's basically a Kali Linux version for your phone. And then with the Lifeboot version, which is basically a version for Kali Linux, which will only be inside your USB, and it won't write itself in the memory of your computer. And you have 4 different options. You're going to use this, basically the recommended option. You will have also weekly, which is all the untested images with the latest updates. Not going to recommend this for beginners. We have also the net installers, and then we have everything. Everything is basically every tool installed on your ISO file, so it's going to be a lot bigger, but for this time we're going to use the basic installer. You can just go straight forward and download it. I'm going to recommend you using Oracle VirtualBox. It's completely free. You're going to go to the main site. Right here it's going to load, okay, and you're going to click on download. You're going to select the OS you're going to host your virtual machine. In this case for me is Windows. So here we have our interface. Here you can see I already have a virtual machine installed on my device. We're just going to click on creating a new one, which is going to be the blue button thing. Here is going to ask us a name. You can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call it Kali Linux. Here is going to ask for a directory for your virtual machine. I recommend you to use at least 50 gigabytes for the Kali Linux if you're going to use it for the long run, but 30 gigabytes or 20 gigabytes are going to be just fine. I'm going to select another directory for me. I'm not going to use it very often. I'm going to select VirtualBox Kali, a sub folder I created before. And now I'm going to select the ISO file, which is going to be in my downloads for me. For you can be different, but usually it's going to be in your download directory. And you're going to select Kali Linux, everything here, installer, -md64.iso file. I'm going to open this and go forward. Right here we're going to select how much RAM we want to put in for our system. I'm going to select 16 gigabytes because I have 32. If you have 16 gigabytes only, you're going to put 8. And you just don't want to go over this green bar because it's going to be really excessive, and Kali Linux is going to be a very light operating system, so you can just put either 8 or even 4 gigabytes of RAM. It will run just fine. I'm going to put 16. Here you have the cores you want to put for the virtual machine. I'm going to put 8. Now it's going to ask you for the disk it's going to use. It's a virtual disk, and you can either create one now, you can either use an already created file, or we just not going to add it. We're going to select the first option so we can choose the amount of gigabytes or megabytes or whatever you're going to use for our virtual machine. Right now I'm going to use 50 gigabytes as I have enough space. I'm going to go forward right now, and it's going to give up check up about everything we chose. Here we have our Kali Linux machine. We're just going to start it. So if you didn't already know, you need to enable on your BIOS your the CPU virtualization. It's going to be different for every motherboard you have and for every CPU you have. You just can go on the internet and search it. If you don't know if it's going to be on or off in your system, when you start up your virtual machine, it's going to give you a pop-up. If you didn't enable it, it's going to tell you exactly what you have to turn on. You just can search on the internet, search your motherboard, and it's going to be really easy. So right now we have different options. We can either do install, graphical install. Basically, install is going to install Kali Linux in a command line style, and graphical install is going to download our GUI. We're going to use this. So we're going to press enter, and now it's going to start the installation. Don't worry if you see any errors right now. You're going to select your language. I'm going to select English. Then you're going to select your location. I'm going to select other, Europe, and then for me it's going to be Italy. Now we're gonna use our locales. So I'm gonna just put United States for now. And then our keyboard configuration. If you have an English keyboard, you're going to select English. If you have an Italian keyboard, you're going to select Italian, and etc, etc. You just want to continue. It's going to install everything right now, the first additional components. Okay, so right now you're going to put the host name for this system. Basically, it's going to be the host name that your network is going to identify. So basically, if you're going to be in a home network, when you're going to access the router, you're going to see this host name you're going to specify. I'm gonna just put vbox-kali. Continue. Now the domain name, you can just leave this blank if you want. So you can just go ahead, and then you're going to set the full name for the new users. So basically, you're going to set up, if you want to use this machine for different users, this is going to be the name, the default name for all the users that are not going to use administrative activities. So for example, John is going to use default or user. Now this is going to be Kali. It needs to be with a lowercase letter at the start, and you can use numbers or anything you want. Now we're going to use a password, and we're going to use Kali123. Kali123. So please remember this password, because you're going to need to remember it, where either you're going to ask Kali for root permissions, or either you're going to just simply log in the virtual machine. So please remember this, as well as the user. So right now it's going to use how he's going to use our disk. As we're going to use a preset disk we already made before, we're just going to use guided use entire disk. I'm going to select the disk. It's going to be only one disk, the 55 GB one. You're going to press continue, all files in one partition, and now you're going to select finish partitioning, write changes to the disk. So it's basically going to continue, and now we can go. You will press yes to write the changes again. So now you're going to choose the software you're going to install. You just can leave it like this. You're just going to press continue. It's going to install desktop environment. You're going to download the Kali's default desktop environment, a collection of tools, the top 10 most popular tools, and the recommended tools. So right now it's going to ask us if you want to install the Jira bootloader on our primary drive. So if you're going to install this on a virtual machine, it's going to be fine if you use the yes option. But if you're going to install this on a regular computer where you have, for example, Ubuntu or Windows installed also, and you'll be using a dual boot, I recommend not using these. So just pressing no. As we're going to install this on a virtual machine, we're going to select yes. So we're going to enter the device, and then it's going to install Jira. So it's going to finish the installation now. We just can go to continue. It's going to reboot our system right now. Okay, so here we have our login. Just going to write the user you selected and then the password. So now you can see Kali Linux is boot up and running. You can just check our console right now if everything working. Yeah. So if you want to see this in a full-size window, you just go in the first option, visualize. You will put this option right here. Just going to press OK, and here you have your virtual machine Kali Linux. So the first thing you do when you boot up your Kali machine for the first time is going to write this command. You're going to ask for sudo privileges. It's going to be root privileges, and you're going to write apt get upgrade. It's going to ask if you want to write this amount of megabytes on your disk. You want to press U and press enter. And it's going to download all the upgrades to your APTs. It's going to be over for this video. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and check my channel for any other tutorials regarding Kali Linux or any other virtual machines. Thank you.